What is going on, guys? It is Chris. It's been a minute since I recorded the last video on YouTube, so we're back at it. Hopefully you guys didn't miss me too much, but I want to kind of go over what I'm thinking is going to be the outlook on ES over the next few weeks and months. And I'm very sure you guys know I don't bullshit these sort of ideas or these analysis. They almost always do come true, right? So we'll go over this real quick. Really, the only chart we have to look at is ES, and then we'll look at a little bit of tech and then NQ and Dow, as well as the dollar, but mainly I just want to look at ES between 2000 and current 2023. So let's just hop right into this. We'll keep it super short today. First of all, the structure that I'm looking at is between 2000 and of course 2023. What I'm looking at here is we had a recent dump, right? So last year, October, November, December, we had a big dump and we formed that low and we rallied just like in 2000 right here. Now the rallies obviously looks a little bit different because we had a bigger dump in 2000, but the rally in here is pretty similar. We have a big rally, then we have sort of a chop, and then we continue into a high, and we retest again into a high, buy side liquidity taken out. But this is the part that I want to look at. This is kind of where we are right now. Imagine we're right here. We just had a recent little rally and a recent little dump, and now we are bouncing right here. So this is the area which we're in. We're going to be trying to retest these lows, take out sell side liquidity, because what's going to happen is people are going to have their limits under here. As soon as we cross this downside, what's going to happen is everyone thinks, okay, next dump is coming. That's exactly what happens over here. We have a big rally, we break sort of these lows in through here, next dump should be coming. But what happens is it takes a lot longer. It's not just a straight shot down. It's a straight shot down in the last sort of leg of the dump. It accelerates, almost always just accelerating, as we can see here. It's slow going down, and then it progressively just gets further and further extended to the downside. We'll see the selling accelerating. So now 2023, what are we looking at? Almost the exact same thing. We're seeing a big rally to upside. They retest this for buy side liquidity. They take out the buy side liquidity. So what that means is people either have their stops here, if they're short, right? Or people have limits here in order to go long. They think it's going to break out from this level, 4,200, let's say, and go up here to 4,300. Easy 100 points, everyone thinks, right? Incorrect. It's just they take out the liquidity and then boom, they're able to push it to the downside. So right here, we're in this bounce zone off the trend line. We just tested this big trend line, which we've had since 2021. So over a year now of this trend line being respected. We can see all the rejections in through here. And this is the first sort of retest that we're having after this breakout. Now, in this moment in time, what we're going to be seeing is a retest of 3,839.25. I'm just taking this exact value from ES level March 13th, right? So this is the level I'm taking up here. And then the level for upside is this level of 4,208.5. So I'm actually looking to lean short up here and lean long down here. Now the thesis is we're going to come down here, take out the sell side, and we're going to be able to test this trend line. The trend line doesn't really matter too much, but visually it can help us sort of understand what's happening. And then we're going to break upside. When we break upside over here, we're going to break these zones. It's going to have a pretty nice retest to the downside. We'll definitely have some red days in through here, and then upside. So it's going to be something like this. We might chop it a little bit around there, but eventually we're going to test both of these zones, and both of the zones will be serving as liquidity grabbing locations. And then they can sort of chop it here, and then later in the year they're definitely going to make this go down. I'm almost 100% certain. And you guys know, like I said earlier in the video, I'm not bullshitting these ideas. This is like I'm very sure this is going to happen. So downside, this is where I would be leaning long, and then upside, this is where I'd be leaning short. So actually sort of reverse what you would usually be doing. On a breakout, you want to be longing. On a breakdown, you want to be shorting. But in this case, I think you guys should be longing. I mean, I'm going to be longing in this location, and then I'll be shorting in this location. And then if we look at NQ and Dow real quick, NQ did just have this breakout to upside, so it's perfect for taking out that buy side liquidity. And then Dow Jones is a little bit different, where they actually already broke below the trend line and they're testing in this area. So I'm not really sure on this chart, but maybe we'll test this low right here at 31,430, right? Dow isn't super important. No one really trades Dow as much as NQ and ES. But those are the two levels for ES. And then if we take a look at, say, Apple and Microsoft in a second here, we can see they're both breaking out again. But this serves as a perfect opportunity for investors or traders to get trapped in this area where they think they're breaking out. Like Facebook or Meta just had this big breakout from the trend line. They retest here, rejected, and then they just push it right back up. This is an area where I suspect they're going to have a lot of people trapped at the 200 level, and you're not just going to see a straight shot down. It's not just going to be huge dump to downside like this, right? It's going to be very progressive. It's going to take many weeks, many months for this to eventually come back down to that 90 level, which we saw last year. And then Tesla is the last one we can look at real quick. Tesla had a very similar rally to Meta, but it has failed to break out from that high the year of, say, 218. But we had a 100% push from the downside, so that's pretty impressive from Tesla. I mean, we can look at Bitcoin if we want. Bitcoin's not super important, I would say. We just have to keep in mind that the Fed is trying to now cut rates for the rest of the year. So every meeting, from what I understand on the last FOMC this past Wednesday, Jerome Powell is going to be trying to attempt to cut rate hikes, or not even have rate hikes. They're just trying to cut rates, and it's currently at 5% as the benchmark rate. And as we can see, 30-year, 10-year, 5-year, 2-year, they've been taking a lot recently. So off the high, they're just getting blown off the high, as you can see here. But yeah, ES super important. Keep in mind these levels for longing at the bottom and then shorting at the top. That's what I'll be looking at. And then end of the year or end of the summer, we should be seeing another big dump like we saw last year. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Try to keep it super short today. I will be trying to alert as much as I can. Just my trading style is switched up a little bit, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully it helps. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.